The halal ban debate is back again. It was on the 18 November 2023 that the Yogi Adityanath government banned manufacture, sale, storage and distribution of the halal certified products in Uttar Pradesh with immediate effect. And then in November last year that the state government enacted the ban on sale of halal certified products. This even as the state police registered several cases against organizations for allegedly issuing forged halal certifications. Since the ban was challenged on the grounds that it infringes on fundamental rights and disrupts established certification processes, the matter is back in the top court once again. And while arguing for the Uttar Pradesh government, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta digged his heels yesterday in the Supreme Court during the hearing of petitions challenging the ban imposed by the UP government. Let's simplify this long-standing legal battle by first taking you through the latest from the Supreme Court. Leading the charge for the Uttar Pradesh government, here's what Solicitor General Tushar Mehta said. He said and told the Supreme Court that he was shocked to see products other than meat certified as halal, attesting that the products meet requirements of Islamic law. He further added that as far as halal meat is concerned, nobody can have any objection. But how can products like cement, iron bars, water bottles and even day-to-day necessities such as wheat flour, chickpea flour and besan be labelled as halal or non-halal? That was the first big contention. Senior advocate M.R. Shamsad, appearing for the petitioners in this case, said halal is defined elaborately in the centre's policy. It's not just about non-vegetarian food, he said. But the Solicitor General to that submitted that halal certification is driving up prices of all of these commodities. He further added that the court might have to consider the question why those who do not subscribe to halal or non-believers should be forced to consume the higher priced items. So the debate over halal ban isn't new, but we have been trying to get to the bottom of the same, understand what halal certified actually means and the rationale behind Yogi government's ban. Why is it that the Yogi government back in 2023 made this big move? So here's the stand by the Uttar Pradesh Sarkar. Halal certified products refer to those that follow the principles of Islamic law and are unadulterated. The Yogi government, however, claims that fake halal certificates are also issued by multiple trusts, and this breaches the trust factor of the consumer. In India, certification is issued by several private companies, viewers, and this further supports Yogi government's arguments that fake certificates can also be issued in the process, and this in turn violates the trust in the halal trade. The FAO guidelines suggest that all lawful land animals should be slaughtered in compliance with the rules laid down in the Codex recommended Code of Hygiene practice for fresh meat. The Yogi government argues that illegal halal trade will promote social animosity. Furthermore, what raises eyebrows is the fact that barring some, most alleged halal certified products are not even recognized by the Indian government. This further supports Yogi government's argument that the sales of non-halal companies are in turn affected by illegal trade. So viewers, the question we're asking is how necessary is it to label non-meat products or vegetarian products as halal? And isn't it time for reform when it comes to halal certification, going by the contentions that have been raised by the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta in the Supreme Court yesterday? We'll take that up with our guests in just a bit, but here are the top reactions so far.
If political parties who are deep into appeasement, they want to go a step ahead, they can say, we are halal Hindus.
हलाल सर्टिफिकेशन के नाम पर एक फर्जीवाड़ा फैला रखा था। ऐसी संस्थाएं जिनको किसी प्रकार की कोई विधिक मान्यता नहीं है, वो हलाल सर्टिफिकेशन के नाम पर एक पैरेलल इकोनॉमी क्रिएट करने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं।
समाजवादी पार्टी समझती है भारतीय जनता पार्टी वो जनता का ध्यान मुख्य मुद्दों से हटाना चाहती है, लेकिन ये मामला अब देश की सबसे बड़ी अदालत में गया है और देश की अदालत संविधान के अनुसार इसका फैसला करेगी।
Let's quickly open this up with our guest joining us this evening, Kaushal Mishra, spokesperson of the BJP, along with Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress, Sumit Nagpal, advocate, joins us as well, along with Islamic scholar Atikur Rahman. My first question, though, is to Nikul Patel, given in the past as well, Nikul, and we just heard your ally Samajwadi Party leader's response. They're saying this is a diversionary tactic, but we've heard in the Congress also, in the past raise objection to the ban that has been imposed by the Uttar Pradesh Sarkar. Now, taking the argument forward to the several contentions that have been raised before the court, the UP government maintains in as many words that there are those who are trying to run a parallel economy. They're trying to take undue advantage of the system, which is coming at the cost of a few retailers who are not being able to sell their products, and they're at a disadvantage clearly. So there is a pre-planned conspiracy is what the government is hinting at.
See, firstly, government has a right to put any notification under the power they have conferred. But if you see, the notification says that manufacture, sales, storage and distribution. Now, when it comes to that, whether it is covering every aspect of whatever products that are being there in the state. So if you see, the halal certification is related to the meat products, and non-meat products should definitely be not be included. And that's again the responsibility of the government who allows this kind of certified agencies to work. Now, secondly, the Supreme Court will take a due course of action, and we also believe it that whenever it's a non-meat product, because if you see 1974 or 75, somewhere it was started halal certification, and it clearly states that wherever you have a Muslim community in larger aspects, then the halal is a process of something that should be followed, and that is why it is there. So I don't think that anywhere it should be on non-meat products. Secondly, Supreme Court will take a due course of action.
Okay, all right. So you're entrusting your faith in the top court of the nation, but you're also saying that on non-meat products, halal or non-halal label doesn't really explain itself, so it can be done away with. Atikur Rahman, what's your view on this? Before I take it across to our legal voice and also the BJP representative here, there are several Islamic scholars who've raised concerns around the same, but the concern being highlighted by the state government here is how, though when it comes to meat production, meat manufacturing, it is understandable that a halal label is the need of the hour. It goes by what Islamic law entails, and so it should be done. Nobody is contending it, and that was clearly said by the Solicitor General. But what explains a halal label on cement, iron bars, daily essentials which have nothing to do with meat?
Catherine, even I was surprised reading the story in the newspapers today that how can non-halal means products which are non-eatable be named halal. This is quite surprising. So I do not know what the clergy and what the ulemas think about it, and this is going too far. But what I want to stress upon the point is, if the government was knowing that non-eatables are certified in this ugly fashion, what were they doing in all these years? How the matter even went to the Supreme Court? There is no logic saying that non-eatables can be certified in this halal or non-halal thing. So quite a surprising factor this is. As far as the right to know of an individual is concerned, all the Muslims, even the Hindus, have a right to know what exactly includes in eatable items, which we have seen, Zomato and things, controversies went on, wherein the Hindus stress upon the point that whatever they are consuming, they have the right to know how they are cooked. When they are cooked, who is cooking that? It's their right. So we can reserve these rights, but even I'm surprised how the government.
No, the contention is because, Atikur ji, the fact is the ban has been challenged in the Supreme Court by Halal India Private Limited and Jamaat Ulama-e Maharashtra. They argue that it violates constitutional rights. Now, the Uttar Pradesh Sarkar is saying that this is all part of a pre-planned conspiracy. They are raising this contention because they're financially benefiting from this by running this fraud scheme. They want to label all products as halal so that they are at an economic gain.
Yeah, I do not understand this, that how the Muslim community per se can have an economic gain out of certifying non-eatable
No,
that
that
halal
they're
or
no,
non-halal.
that they're boosting or rather exploiting religious sentiments or people's religious faith to boost sales.
So should we consider that the people are fools? The people do not understand that this industry, a very large industry, it is playing with the whims and fancies at the ends of the industrialists, of the
It's
people
really
who are
not about
producing
people,
like that.
Atikurji. It's not about people. If you actually get down to basic logic, if everyone practices a system wherein they're going to ensure that their products, the products that they're selling in the market are halal labeled because that's what is being sold. The product that comes to the market and is seeing a good sale is actually the product that is also labeled halal. So that's creating a cycle. So the warning that's being sent out by the Solicitor General here is they're running a parallel economy, as was spoken of by the BJP leader as well in the reactions we just put out.
Between, say, for example, I go and buy a toothpaste which is mentioning that this is halal. Should I not, have a right to ask the person who is selling it that what is in a toothpaste to be halal or non-halal, or a mobile phone for that matter? Any even steel is mentioned in the newspapers. Steel is satisfied as halal.
No, so
What is the logic behind it?
are you saying that people of the minority community who do go by halal products or swear by halal products are not going to go for those products when it comes to essentials like a paste or a soap or honey?
No, for me it is immaterial, Katrine. It
Okay.
is immaterial for a steel product to be halal certified or non-halal certified.
Okay.
It's immaterial for me. I do not understand this logic. And what the government was doing all these years, why these companies were allowed to play a fraud on the
So are you
people?
saying this is a poor argument being put forth by the government?
No, if the government was knowing that it allowed all these years, that surprises me. How can any company in the name
Okay.
of halal, cheat the people?
Okay, so in India, only some halal certification bodies are recognized by the government, the others are not. There are private entities. Mr. Kaushal, that's what's being spoken of by Atikur Rahmanji. If this was known to the government, that this was a practice indeed, a regular practice indeed, what was done to ensure that this doesn't happen? How is it being fixed?
इसवीन अतिकुर रहमान जी जो इस्लामिक स्कॉलर होकर के आए हुए हैं, अगर इन्हें ये नहीं पता कि हलाल सर्टिफिकेट केवल खाने के प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर नहीं दिया जा रहा है, लेकिन फिर भी इतनी बड़ी इकोनॉमी चल रही है, आप जाकर के, मैं चाहूंगा कि अतिकुर रहमान जी आप तो पढ़े लिखे, आप देख सकते हैं 2024 में ये इकोनॉमी बढ़कर के मोर देन $5 ट्रिलियन की हो चुकी है, जिसमें कि हलाल मीट की मैं बात बिल्कुल नहीं कर रहा हूं, व्यूअर्स को बड़ा क्लियर कर दूं. It's not about halal meat at all. It's about halal certification. और मैं चाहूंगा कि अगर आप दिखा सके कि हलाल सर्टिफिकेशन की जो गाइडलाइंस है, हलाल सर्टिफाइंग इंडिया के जो ऑब्जेक्टिव हैं, उसके ऑब्जेक्टिव में मैं पढ़ रहा हूं, ऑनलाइन निकाला है, आप सब देख सकते हैं. प्रमोट हलाल सर्टिफिकेट, दिस इज 1. इंश्योर शरिया लॉ कंप्लायंस, दिस इज नंबर 2. Verify halal status of all the product, whether it is eatable or non-eatable, and issue halal certificate. And what are the criteria to give halal certification? This is 1. First, if you are coming to the eatable product, means meat पे अगर मैं जाता हूं तो slaughtering होनी चाहिए. वो जहीबा एक वर्ड है, इस्लामिक स्कॉलर बेहतर समझते होंगे, उस मेथड से होनी चाहिए जिसमें एनिमल का कट होना चाहिए, शार्प होना चाहिए, एनिमल काबा की तरफ देख रहा होना चाहिए, और करने वाला हमेशा मुस्लिम होना चाहिए. मुझे इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, सरकार को भी इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. प्रॉब्लम तब आती है जब हम नॉन ईटेबल प्रोडक्ट पे जाते हैं. आप जाइए एचसीसी की जो वेबसाइट, उस पे पढ़िए, उसमें कॉस्मेटिक, मेडिसिन, फार्मा, टेक्सटाइल, लेदर, पेपर, बॉडी केयर, हाउसिंग सोसाइटी, इवन अभी मैं गूगल पे आपको दिखाऊंगा, इवन डेटिंग एप्स आर हलाल सर्टिफाइड. And this is a Kerala society. If you can see this is Kerala society. This is India's first housing society which is halal certified. और इसमें हलाल सर्टिफिकेशन जो देते हैं वो इंश्योर करते हैं कि जो हलाल सर्टिफिकेट प्रोडक्ट्स हों, अपार्ट फ्रॉम मीट, अपार्ट फ्रॉम ईटेबल थिंग, अपार्ट फ्रॉम मीट, प्रोसेसिंग, पैकेजिंग, स्टोरेज, लेबलिंग, सप्लाई चेन
नहीं
एंड
तो कौशल जी आप ये कह रहे हैं ना ये मिली भगत है, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि सारे नॉन एडिबल प्रोडक्ट्स को भी हलाल सर्टिफाइड दिखा के बेचा जा रहा है, एक पैरेलल इकोनॉमी का कॉन्सेप्ट क्रिएट हो रहा है, आप ये कह रहे हैं?
मैं बिल्कुल सही, मैं सिर्फ ये कह रहा हूं कि सरकार को या मुझे या पार्टी को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, ईडबिल हलाल, मुस्लिम ईडबिल हलाल खाते हैं, दैट इज ओके। लेकिन जो हलाल इकोनॉमी का मोटो है वो कहता है ओनली मुस्लिम बिजनेस प्रमोशन टू बी डन।
हाँ, तो मैं आपसे ये समझना चाह रही हूँ कौशल जी, इसमें हलाल सर्टिफिकेशन वाले जो बॉडीज हैं, हलाल सर्टिफिकेशन वाले बॉडीज में का इसमें क्या रोल है? क्योंकि आप सवाल तो उन्हीं से उठा रहे हैं कि वहां पे ही कंस्पिरेसी रची जा रही है, वहीं से एक मोटिव दिख रहा है कि ज्यादा पैसा कमाया जाए, ज्यादा प्राइस पे ये कमोडिटीज बेची जाए, और जो हलाल सर्टिफाई ना कराएं अपने प्रोडक्ट्स, चाहे वो टूथपेस्ट हो, हनी हो, जिसका कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, सबसे वो ना बिके। तो ये कंस्पिरेसी आप किसकी तरफ से रची जा रही है, मैं ये सवाल आपसे पूछ रही हूँ।
किस्वीन जी, ये इंडिया रिलेटेड ओनली नहीं है, ये ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी की बात, जो मैंने 5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बताई, इट्स नॉट इंडिया ओनली। इंडिया में ये 1 ट्रिलियन की पहुंची है, ग्लोबली इट इज 5 ट्रिलियन। प्लीज गो एंड रीड। प्रॉब्लम ये है कि इट्स नॉट अबाउट इकोनॉमी, इट्स अबाउट implementing Sharia law. It is written on the Halal Council of India website, on the face of it. So they want to promote Islam, they want to promote the Sharia law, they want to make everybody Islamic follower. That is the problem.
Okay.
It's not about economy alone.
Okay, Nagpal ji, Mishra ji, I'll come back to you in just a bit. Atikur Rahman, before I go across to Mr. Nagpal, you want to respond?
कौशल जी, मैं वही तो आपसे कह रहा हूँ, मैं एंडोर्स नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं भी आप ही की तरह कह रहा हूँ कि जो नॉन एडिबल चीजें हैं उस पे इतने सालों से ये इतनी बड़ी इंडस्ट्री कैसे फ्रॉड कर रही है पब्लिक ऑफ इंडिया के ऊपर। और आप क्या समझ रहे हैं कि खाली सिर्फ मुस्लिम हैं इस बिजनेस के अंदर, खाली मुसलमान इंडस्ट्री इसके अंदर शामिल हैं? अगर शरिया लॉ की आप बात कर रहे हैं तो क्या हम ये मान लें कि ये बड़ी बड़ी इंडस्ट्री जो ये मैन्युफैक्चर कर रही है ये सब मुसलमान ओन कर रहे हैं? अरे कोई तो वजह होगी जो मार्केट के ऊपर जब हलाल सर्टिफाइड आता है तो हो सकता है उनको लगा हो ये।
Okay, so to address the concerns raised by both you gentlemen, Mr. Nagpal can give us some legal insight into this. Mr. Nagpal, are these certification bodies regulated, by some body, some authoritative food body which is overseeing what's happening here? What really governs them? Who really governs them? Because the question being asked by Atikur Rahman ji कि कौन रोक रहा है? सारे products पे आप मत करवाइए हलाल certification.
See, I can tell you that these bodies, some of the bodies are regulated by national accreditation boards for certification body. So there is some kind of authenticity as of now in these bodies. But I can tell you one more thing, that when it comes to the entire operations of these bodies, we'll have to see whether the practice of issuing halal certificates, whether it amounts to promotion of restrictive trade practices or not. So this is something we'll have to see, because when it, Mishra ji, it's better if you wait for 2 minutes so that I can complete my point. You are trying to show something on TV. So my only point is that, one, in India we have an act called Bureau of Indian Standards Act. So there is a specific body. And when it comes to halal certification, I cannot see any act as such to deal with this particular issue. But yes, I can tell you that we need to look into this. The Supreme Court needs to look into how this entire operation is going on as of now, because this is very true that in the name of halal certifications, many bodies are making money. There are allegations, and again, I will tell you one more thing. This the petitioner who was approached in the Supreme Court, this Halal India Private Limited. So you have to understand, this is a private limited company. This is not some government body. And when it comes to private company, people have the right to ask questions that under what authority these certifications are being issued. So this issue has come forward. The Supreme Court is looking into it, and we need more clarity on this. And I would say that we need to have a proper law if we want that these bodies should be able to provide certifications in future. And we have to also ensure, my last point, that these bodies should not promote restrictive trade practices. Because what happens if a company is a halal certified, that company will be getting orders. But if a company is not halal certified, then that company may be prejudiced unnecessarily. So this aspect has to be checked. So we have to look into these aspects also. And I hope that when this matter has gone to the Supreme Court, something inclusive will come out.
Okay, all right. Mr. Kaushal Mishra, you wanted to respond. Also, to put all of this together and ask you a question, doesn't the buck then stop with the central government? If indeed these quote-unquote malpractices are happening, if there are a select people who are benefiting from these, financial practices that they're indulging in, to specifically gain out of selling products that are labeled halal, then something should be done. A crackdown should take place. Only a few authorized bodies should be allowed to ensure whether a product is halal or not under the
We need to have
observation
a
or
law
under...
to deal with this. I can tell you, we need to have a law, just like BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards Act is there. Something related to these practices has to be there. A law is needed to deal with this.
The government did streamline halal certification process in October 2024, but that primarily, Mr. Kaushal Mishra, dealt with exports. So this was to do with the products that were essentially being sent out of India. Shouldn't we apply something like that to products being sold within the country, not just restricted to Uttar Pradesh, for instance?
किस्विन, सबसे पहले तो हलाल सर्टिफाइंग बॉडी इंडिया जो है, हलाल सर्टिफिकेट काउंसिल है, जमीयते उलेमाए महाराष्ट्र है और मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड है. अब देखिए, जो भी बॉडीज हैं, ये मुस्लिम रिलेटेड बॉडीज हैं, दैट इज नो प्रॉब्लम. मेरी समस्या ये है, जैसे अतीकुर रहमान जी कह रहे थे, अतीकुर रहमान जी, अगर किसी सरकार ने पहले कोई कोर्स करेक्शन नहीं किया तो आज की सरकार कोर्स करेक्शन नहीं करेगी, ये लॉजिक समझ में नहीं आता. और मैं तो ये कह ही नहीं रहा हूं, आपने कहा ना कि इसमें हिंदू मुसलमान दोनों शामिल हैं, तो अगर कोई चीज गलत है वो हिंदू करे या मुसलमान करे, ये गलत तो गलत ही रहेगा ना अतीकुर जी. तो मेरा ये कहना है कि आप बताइए, हाउसिंग सोसाइटी हलाल करेंगे, ठीक है, डेटिंग ऐप हलाल करेंगे, इवन जो बॉडीज बनाई जाती है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाई जाती है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को भी हलाल सर्टिफिकेशन दिया जा रहा है. समस्या यहां पर है. जिस तरीके से आप लोगों ने सुना था ना, जब वो कांवड़ यात्रा निकल रही थी, तो ये कहा गया था कि जो लोग वहां काम कर रहे हैं वो अपना नाम लिख के चले, तो उस पे पूरे भारतवर्ष में सब लोगों ने अपोजिशन दिया था. लेकिन ये हलाल सर्टिफिकेट वही कंफर्म करता है कि प्रोडक्शन से लेके डिलीवरी तक का हर आदमी केवल मुसलमान होगा. समस्या यहाँ पर है. It's not about trade.
Before I let Atikur Rahman come, Nikul Patel, what are your views on this? The allegation is that an attempt is being made to exploit religious sentiments to boost sales. It's only benefiting a select few because it's coming from exploitation.
See, firstly, if you see, actually the entire thing that has been brought to the notice of Supreme Court is related to the non-food products. And definitely, if you see the halal certification guidelines, definitely is predominantly obtained for food and food-related products. I don't understand why it has gone to non-food items, and especially when you want to do business outside India, I think that is for Islamic countries. That is what the ultimate halal certification is for. Now, when it is brought to the notice,
But that
what the
question
government
comes to your mind naturally, right? Isn't it, Nikul? That how is it that something that was supposed to perhaps be restricted to only sale of meat has expanded to products varying
such a
from
large
paste
extent.
to
Very
honey
correct.
to cement to iron bars?
Very
How has
correct.
that happened? Who's resorted
Very
to these
correct.
practices?
Very correct, very correct. You are very correct. And now it's the responsibility of the government and the certification bodies which are in practice, as rightly said by our panelists, at Bureau of Indian Standard or FSSSI or any national board of accreditation which is giving certification has to critically review it and has to put some
So you're saying the
guidelines
buck
so that
stops with the
such-
government, but
such
the
things cannot happen
PIL
in-
alleges certification. The PIL alleges that certification bodies like Jamaat Ulama Maharashtra, Jamaat Ulama Hind, Muslim Personal Law Board, etc., are the ones who are contending this. Atikur Rahman ji, that's
They are the
that's
private
why that
bodies.
question is being asked. These are private bodies,
They are the-
and they're all Muslim
they are the-
bodies. So why is it being done by them and only them?
They are the
There
pri-
is something very fishy in the entire argument. See, if I am producing a particular product, 20% population Muslims and 80% non-Muslims, if I am certifying that as halal, don't I have the risk of not getting that product sell? Because only 20% market is available to me.
But would this
If
not
I am
influence
aiming
Muslim
to
consumer
export-
choices? That's the simple question, sir. Would this not influence Muslim consumer choices?
Of course, yes.
Because the
of course,
contention
yes.
is being raised by these bodies and these organizations, and they do have
Equally important.
they do have a
equally
religious
the argument
affiliation.
Is important that I am limiting my business. Just for 20% people, I am making a product. 80% I am at
No,
loss.
but don't you think if tomorrow the right to label any product as halal or non-halal is snatched away from them, don't you think they're going to be up in arms? Don't you think the whole community is going to be up in arms? Don't you think that's going to be used against the government?
That's why the ultimate argument is what exactly are the legal sanctities. And that's why
Okay.
the matter is in the Supreme Court. Let the court decide. I am not saying that Muslims should be given any preference or Sharia should be given any preference.
So you're saying all of these certification bodies can do away with their religious affiliations, and that is going to be most welcome, yes or no?
As the BJP spokesperson said, how can non-eatable things be certified halal and non-halal? I do not understand this logic. I do not understand
Okay,
this
all
logic.
right.
But
Clearly, there are
I-
loopholes that need to be fixed, and we're all in agreement to that one aspect for sure. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this evening. Let's see how this plays out. 24th March is when the top court takes this up next.